Hello, my name is Vanessa Green, and I'm going to be talking about soft skills of Vanessa Green. So, a couple things that we're going to be talking about in this PowerPoint is what are soft skills, and then we're going to be discussing Vanessa's top 5 soft skills. And lastly, what we're going to be discussing is Vanessa's 3 soft skills that need improvement. So, one question that you might be asking yourself is, what are soft skills? So, soft skills are qualities people have or are developing that help build good rapport with others. So, those soft skills that you could potentially have are having clear communication, listening skills, self control, positive attitudes, assertiveness, conflict resolution, empathy, depersonalization, taking responsibility, and a good sense of humor. So those aren't all the soft skills that you can have, but these are some good attributes in this little image that we have off to the right. And so I found this on the internet, and it says top 10 soft skills for customer service jobs, but I don't think that they're necessarily for any customer service job. I think they're for just any job and period, because these are good attributes to have when you're just trying to find a job, trying to find an internship, maybe even for relationships, because all of these are good positive attributes to help build relationships in whatever sense that could be, which you have relationships wherever you are, if you're working and families and other places that you might have communication talking to other people. Okay. So the next slide is top 5 skills of Vanessa Green. So this is a presentation about myself, and I'm reflecting and I'm trying to figure out what are my soft skills that I have that are positive. So my top 5, I'm going to start with number 5, and that's I'm proactive. So I think, and I learned this earlier on in my career, is that you have to be more proactive in any type of job than reactive. You have to stay ahead of the game. You have to think ahead. You have to figure out those things that would just make you one step ahead of the others. I'm very competitive, so I think that's probably where I get it from. An example of this is that basically, for any of my jobs, I really just I stay ahead of the game. So I'm in mortgage, so I'm always out there looking for new updates. I'm looking for things that I can bring to my team that is going to be more of a positive impact. I'm not just sitting around and waiting for my boss to tell me what to do. I'm going out there being a go-getter. That's me. My number 4 skill or soft skill that I have is I'm a good listener. So I have a team. My top skill is continued. We got number 3, and I take responsibility. So in all of my roles that I've done in my life, I basically am really, I take control of my job. I take my responsibility. I don't let it just pass it on to the next person. I really own my job. So, for instance, my last job, I dealt with a lot of borrowers, and so basically people come to me, and I take applications and I would input it in the system. However, there's sometimes people don't come to me for a mortgage; they just have general questions regarding the credit union. Even though it's not my job to say, "Hey, this is for this person, go ahead and go to them." No, I take that responsibility of what they have as a question, and that because it was presented to me, I go ahead and take that extra effort into helping that member get their needs answered. So that's basically how I see responsibility. For the number 2 is a positive attitude. So I would say I'm a pretty positive person in general. So this one really comes easy to me. I love to be positive. I love to have a good attitude. Attitude is everything. People look up to you for whatever. All right. And my last top skill that I have is dun, 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 is work ethic. I am so prideful in the work that I've done and the work that I'm going to continue to do. And I really put a lot of integrity. I put a lot of thought into where I'm going. And so I think throughout the years, I've just built on my work ethic. I've used all those attributes I have and then some to really have a good work ethic. I think because of that, I've been able to grow and still continue to grow into the roles that I've been in. So I just have a lot of work ethic, and I think that's one of the great attributes to have for anyone in their jobs is definitely making sure they have a good work ethic. So we're going to move on to soft skills that I need to improve on. And no one likes to talk about the skills that they need to improve on. That's just life, you know. But if you could take that criticism and work on it, you'll definitely grow in your positions. So my skill that I need to work on is having a clearer communication. Sometimes I feel like I can talk and I say it and I feel like I understand it, but the other person's not understanding it. So I'm having to break it down and having to find another way to talk where they can understand me. And I think that's probably in the world of mortgage. You know, you have just a lot of big words that no one understands. There's a lot of rules and regulations that you have to break down for borrowers to understand and know what you're talking about. And so because of that, you really just have to have a clear communication. And so I feel like I have continued to learn how to have a clearer communication, but I feel like that's a skill that you're always going to run into different types of people where you're going to have to learn a different way to speak to them. So because of that, I always think that needs to improve. So my number 2 is adaptability. So continuing on, The last soft skill that I really have hard time working on is focus. So focus, you see I have a big bold image there. It's because I have had a lot of comments in my days saying that I'm a squirrel, you know. And what they mean is that it's like I have a small thought process. I go from one person to another comment to another thing and transaction thought in my mind, and I just keep going and going. And I'm like, oh, wait, what were we originally talking about? And it's because I get sidetracked easily. And that's okay. But you to be aware of the skills that you need help on is a good thing, because then you know what to improve on. If you don't know what you need to improve on, then you're in a bad situation there. So always getting that critique and listening to people talk to you is good to help develop your relationships and making sure that you are giving the best impression to others. So thank you so much for listening to me. I hope that some of these skills will help you guys out there in the world too, and that you'll have the best opportunities once you learn how to use these skills to the best of your abilities. Thank you so much for listening.